Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. I am a labor and delivery nurse by day, and all the other hours of the day, night, etc., I read books. Oh, my hair's been through it. Just a gentle reminder that Mabel is here. So if you hear grunting, snoring, farting, who knows what we're gonna hear? She does not have her collar on, so we're not gonna hear clinking. Probably a lot of licking. Like right now. So this is my very first book unhaul. So these are books that I have read. I'm pretty sure, I've read them all. So I've read them, and they're just a book that I don't feel like needs to stay on my bookshelf. So whether I don't own the rest of the series or wouldn't necessarily recommend them, or I don't think that people I know would want to read them. So yes, I'm going to be unhauling them. And so yeah, if any of them sound interesting to you and you know me, let me know. I will sell them to you. Otherwise, if you work with me, I'll put them on the Facebook page. All right. So Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld. So this was a book of the month in April of 23. This one, I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. This is SNL, kind of people falling in love, and they're SNL writers. So that one, I just don't see myself reading it again or needing it necessarily. And my bookshelves are honestly getting pretty tight. So Unmasking Autism by Devin Price. This was very interesting. I just don't feel like I need it. You're Invited. This was a book of the month for July of 22. Yep. So this girl is invited to her ex-boyfriend is marrying her childhood best friend. And then she's accused of murdering the bride, I believe. This is a little twisty. Too Good to Be True by Carol Levering. March of 2021 book of the month. And this one, there's something about their marriage. There's multiple perspectives. This one was twisty and good. Starter Villain by John Scalzi. The cats are the masterminds. Yeah, this one is funny. I just didn't think it had wide appeal, so I don't know who will all borrow this from me, and I've already read it. Inheriting your uncle's supervillain business is more complicated than you might think, particularly when you discover who's running the place. 10 out of 10 for cover. She started it. So this was June of 2023. Main character gets invited with all of her not ex-friends, but they're just friends that have grown up. They all get invited to their frenemies bachelorette party where people start dying. That one was another twisty. Midnight Sun. This is Twilight from Edward's perspective. I just don't feel like it was a necessary perspective. So it's not something that I feel like I need to complete my collection. I Fell in Love with Hope, Lane Colley. So this is a group of terminal kids being real sad together. Yeah. The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina. This is Encanto. Very similar to Encanto, but adult version. The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. I enjoyed this book. I don't see myself reading again or necessarily recommending it to a ton of people. It was spicy. I feel like the reason I didn't love it as much is that it went on for a little bit too long. But it was spicy. The plot was interesting. They're like werewolves, so if that interests you. They're not vets, they're werewolves. It looks like vets. I don't know. Never Never by Colleen Hoover. So this is, I think it came out as like 3-part and they put it into a novel. It's a twisty premise for sure. But not one that I can see like, yeah, like everyone loving. And it's about like high schoolers, so. No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. Yeah, so there's 3 girls, and I think I read quite a few of these all in a row, so I gotta. Okay. So our main character is Emma, and her 2 sisters she hasn't seen since the day that her parents died, or like close to it. And Emma was accused, and now they're trying to figure out what actually happened. Oh, that was a good one. The Distance Between Us by Raina Grande. This is a memoir of a girl who immigrated to America in, I want to say it was the 90s. It was either the 90s or the 80s. Yeah, it was interesting. Not my favorite. The Retreat by Sarah Pierce. I read The Sanatorium by her, and this is like the same characters, just a different mystery. And I just liked The Sanatorium a little bit better. This was not a bad book. I don't like unhauling books, okay? Because somebody could love these. Heather Gudenkauf, love her so much. This was a very fast read, so if you want a fast thriller, this is a good one. We follow lots of different perspectives. Our most main character, I feel like, is a mom who cannot afford her daughter's like CF medications, and she's invited to go on this game show, but the game show is like a different type where they're not like on a network, they just like live stream whenever they want. So you just like get a notification and you can watch if you want to wake up whenever they're doing it. And then there's lots of twisty turns. So this is a good one. I don't think I gave it 5 stars, but it was good. I feel like most people have probably read The Guest List by Lucy Foley by now. This is an April 2020 book of the month. I just kind of decided that Lucy Foley is not necessarily for me. So I did like this one. The thing you have to know, though, is that you hate all the characters. Okay? All the characters are dicks. So if you need to love your character, don't go into it for that. I bought The Little Prince because I had never read it before. Now I've read it. It's just not something I need on my bookshelf. The German Midwife. This was interesting, especially as a labor and delivery nurse. I really liked this. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars. I just can pass it along. So if anyone wants it. So this is a midwife who serves for Adolf Hitler's wife, I guess. I think they got married right at the end. So, Eva Braun. And like, what are the like ethical dilemmas of Hitler's baby? What would you do? The Berry Pickers. This might be my favorite cover ever. It's gorgeous. Did I buy it for the cover? Maybe a little bit. I'm a blueberry girl. So we follow 2 perspectives. One is a girl who is stolen from her family. One is the brother she was like stolen from. This felt like it could have been told this was a very good book. It felt like it could have been told in a more dynamic way. Clearly it was a choice to tell it this way. All's well. I am not a Mona Awad girl. I thought Bunny made me feel like I was on drugs while I was reading it, and All's Well, same. If you like weird books, you might like this one. It was done well. I just don't like it. All right, Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. This is a Jenny Bayless. I think this was from a few years ago. She does like a different holiday book every year, and like the 12 Dates of Christmas, and there's another one. Something December, Meet Me in December. And I just liked those a lot better. You only need so many Christmas books. So if anybody's looking for, this one was cute. Just didn't love it as much. The Hypnotist Love Story. This is a Leanne Moriarty. So if you like Big Little Lies, The Husband's Secret, this is a good one. Just not one of my favorites for her. Sorry. Ashley Shepherd wrote one of my favorite books. I don't remember what it's called. It's a Christmas book. Oh. Faking Under the Mistletoe. So I read it originally 2 years ago. 1.5 years ago. I reread it last Christmas to see if it kept the same hype, and it did. 5 stars times 2. So then I was like, I'll read her other book. Bad. The Last Thing He Told Me. This was a book of the month for May of 2021. You may have seen the Apple Plus show. Didn't love the show, but it did feel like it was true to the book. I didn't, like, the book was good. It was a little bit hard, like, I don't know, you had to suspend your disbelief a little bit to go along with it, but you also were in like an ethical dilemma, so it did make you think. Georgie All Along. This was a cute story. Pretty sure I gave it 4 stars. Georgie is like just back at home, but she doesn't really know what she's doing with her life. But her parents like let someone move into their house while they were gone, so a little romance, a little bit of her finding herself. This one was really cute. And it was a February 23 book of the month. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This was a good story. It was well told. I just was not a Nickelodeon girly, so it didn't hit as deep. It's no Britney, you know? That's my feelings. One by One by Jojo Moyes. So this, 1+1. This, I feel like I bought this more because I was kind of obsessed with like completing collections, which her books are beautiful. But this one's just not my favorite. And I think the premise is it's like a mom, a kid, some kids, and then I think she falls in love with someone. I think. The Intern by Michelle Campbell. This, honestly, don't remember what it was about. Oh, someone is working for a judge, but there's like a conflict of interest. So it's like an intern working for a judge, but there's shady business going on. Ethical dilemmas left and right. This is a September 2023 book of the month. This was very good. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I mean, I guess you could go look through my blogs and see why I didn't like this book. Like, I don't hate it, but something happens in it that I was like, ugh, I don't know that I can get behind that. And then I made the mistake of reading the next book, Finding Cinderella. That's a no. That's a no from me. So I have stopped reading her backlog. Like, I will probably read all of her new books going forward. I enjoy them. I didn't love It Starts With Us because, ooh, something's in my eyeball. Sorry. So It Ends With Us was one of my first Colleen Hoover books that I read. Please hold. So I love that one. I like how she like takes like, what's the Merritt one? Merritt, like, Life Without Merritt. Life Without Merritt. Reminders of Him. Like, I love these, the ones that have been since It Ends With Us. The ones before, don't love. I think there's a reason she wasn't popular then, you know? She was getting better at the thing she does. Yeah. All right, and then I have 3 books that I just read in August. So if you want to know my feelings about these books, you can watch my August book vlog. Yeah. Just watch that if you want to know, okay? I have Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. This was an epic story about the Great Migration. So this was 6 million people going from the south to the north from 1915 to 1970. Black people. And yeah, it was well told. It was entertaining. It got a little long in parts. I would, if you want to pick up one of her books, like if this doesn't necessarily spark joy for you, Cast by Isabel Wilkerson is amazing. 5 stars. This one is just a little boring. I'm so sorry. It's a good story. It's an epic tale. All right, this is actually a book I have not read. Shadow of the Wind. This has been on my bookshelf for years, and I'm tired. I don't think I'm ever going to make a priority for that one. The Bullet Swallower by Elizabeth Gonzalez James, January 2024 book of the month. This was entertaining. It's a cowboy book with the devil in it. It was very short. I think this was either the last book I read in December. No, this was maybe the last book I read in January. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. His Majesty's Dragon by Naomi Novik. I love Naomi Novik. This was delightful, but more of like a middle grade level. Will I read the second one? Probably. I just don't feel the need to own it. And because of the Taylor Swift hype and the mystery around it, I bought Argyle the book by Ellie Conway. I still haven't seen the movie. I'm interested to see that. The book was fine. It just, for like being a spy book and having action in it, it was still boring. Like, I don't know how they did that. Because, like, the plot itself was interesting. And I liked it. I don't know how they made it drag a little bit. But it was cool. If that was a movie, I feel like it would have been good. And then just offloading some of my L. Kennedy books. They're just not my favorites. They're fine if you like smut. Just not my favorite smut. Don't worry, there's plenty back there. All right, so those are the books I'm offloading. It's like 30 some, maybe 40. Yeah, so better luck next time. I mean, yeah, they're fine. They were fine books. I just don't have room. Well, I have a little bit of room here. But this is also a TBR bookshelf, and that's full. So this is going to be full in like a few minutes. All right, so I will see you at the end of September.